Hi, I'm Scott.
I'm Rachel.
My name is Jen.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
Hi, my name's Peter.
My name is Emily.
My name is Morgan, and I'm a
backpack
journalist.
Tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night. That tonight's gonna be a good night.
On May 31st, 2010, 9 students and 3 professors from Creighton University embarked on the first ever backpacking journalist trip to the Dominican Republic. This video is to give you just a taste of all they did and saw from behind the camera.
Before the backpack journalism trip, I didn't really know what to expect, and so it was really exciting to actually just travel abroad and to be away, and to be carrying a video camera was something completely different to that aspect of it, and I really enjoyed that. Shooting the interviews themselves wasn't terribly difficult. It was hard to hear some of the stories. Chi-Chi was one of the ones that I think a lot of people were hit by, things like that. But more so, when we went and shot behind the dump was when I had the biggest kind of moment on the trip. Realizing what field I was going into, we're going to be carrying a video camera, going to be shooting people's stories and telling their stories. The hardest part for me was looking into someone's eyes who almost hated me or couldn't understand why I was there doing what I was doing. I was taking a picture of their suffering, I was videotaping their suffering, and I could see the suffering in their eyes. I was like, what gives me the right to do this? Tim just told me to keep shooting because if it's not us who are shooting this, how is their story going to be told? While we were shooting in Cien Fuegos, we were kind of forced to interact with the kids there, and we got to show them us, I guess. That's all we had to give. We had our video cameras, we had our digital cameras, and the joy you could see in a kid's eyes from just like letting them give you a high five, or I forget who, I think Gaby was handing out stickers or things like that, but like you just were able to, like, you could go take pictures with them, you could, like, they would crawl all over you while you were sitting there, and that was great.
I was initially really nervous to go on this trip because I'm not a journalist major, and I had never used a camera before, and I'd always seen, you know, people use cameras, and I've seen the final product. When we first started filming, those first 2 days, it was kind of cool because we saw everyone kind of break off and do what they were comfortable doing, and I kind of found myself becoming the note taker with Carol. Having that be my role was really cool. I got to come back and with Gaby put everything together and kind of formulate the story based off of what the footage everyone else had gotten. So it was neat to be able to use my skills, my listening skills, and my ability to write quickly and use that to my advantage during the editing of this film. So our 2 days of filming were stressful, they were eventful, they were packed, and there was just so much going on, but then we got to go to the beach one day, which was awesome. I felt like we all really bonded this day. Everyone kind of let loose. The day was beautiful, the water's beautiful. Everyone was in the ocean, walking around. There were tons of people, music, food, shopping. That was just really neat to just see another side to everyone, and everyone go from working so hard on this film in this city and then to this beach and just be able to enjoy the beauty that is the Dominican Republic. We also took a banana boat ride, which was awesome, and it was so fun and so funny, and we took a camera out there as well. I didn't, but watching that footage was hilarious, and it was fun to, again, use this camera in this new country in a completely different way than we were using them when we were in the city of Cien Fuegos. So that was just a blast, and it was funny, and everyone's personalities came out, and everyone let loose, and I think it was a good bonding day, I would say.
The day we went to Dajabon was a stressful one. It brought out a lot of emotions that I hadn't experienced on the trip thus far. There was so much going on, and I couldn't even process most of it, and everything was fast-paced. Like, nothing that was going on was slow. It was crazy and chaotic, and a million different people trying to go different directions with huge carts of crazy things that I had never seen. There were a couple of times during that day that I almost just started crying because I was so overwhelmed with everything that was going on. And you saw so many activities that we had been talking about during class and like had discussed but hadn't actually seen. And seeing like the police officers, like how they treated the people and how the people treated each other, like the whole thing was crazy, and just witnessing it firsthand kind of made that sink in.
Later, we took a long bus ride to the International Highway. On the Dominican Republic side, there's trees everywhere, and it's really lush, and on the Haiti side, there's almost nothing. And so that was really hard to see that one highway could make that much of a difference, and that's something I'll never forget. On the last half of our trip, we decided to take an immersion trip to a town called Mahagual. It's a campo, and it was on the top of a mountain. And we all would eat at a central house, and at breakfast you could see through the mountains, across the valleys to the ocean. It was amazing. I developed a great relationship with my family, and I had a mom and a dad and a sister and a brother, and the sister and I would have Spanish lessons at night when the lights would be too dark to do anything else. And I developed this new family for me, and when I left, not only did I have one family, but I grew to have two families, and I cannot wait for the day when I can go back to Mahagual and visit them. That immersion trip was one of the best experiences that I had when we went to the DR, and it was just an amazing experience.
No, no, yo no sé mañana, yo no sé mañana, si estaremos juntos, si se acaba el mundo. Yo no sé si soy para ti, si serás para mí, si lleguemos a amarnos o odiarnos. Yo no sé mañana, yo no sé mañana, quién va a estar aquí. No, 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 esta vida es igual que un libro, cada página es un día vivido. No tratemos de correr antes de andar, esta noche estamos vivos, solo este momento es realidad.